People are worried about the trade tensions between the US and China spiralling out of control, especially after the US administration proposed to consider a tariff hike on an additional $100 billion worth of Chinese goods. The stock markets in the US fluctuated as a result. The US administration has gone as far as claiming there have been talks between both sides to resolve the conflicts. US Treasury Secretary said, and I quote, "We are willing to negotiate. We are in communication with them regularly." Larry Kudlow, a White House economic advisor, has also claimed that there are ongoing talks between the United States and China. In a televised interview, he said, and I quote, "There are ongoing talks. I don't want to name names. I don't want to put anyone on the spot. There are ongoing talks. They'll be back and forth, the US and Beijing, and so forth." Before the US proposal raising tariffs on an additional $100 billion of Chinese goods, China maintained that it did not want a trade war, but it was not afraid of one either. If a trade war is imposed on it, China will fight to the end and at any cost. China maintained that the door for talks is open. On April 5th, US President Donald Trump said he had asked officials to consider imposing higher tariffs on a further $100 billion of Chinese imports. The Chinese ministry gave a quick response in which expressions such as "the door for talks remains open" was missing. Feng Gao, a spokesman for the Chinese Ministry of Commerce, clarified there have been no talks over economic and trade issues between Chinese and US economic officials. Just repeat, there have been no talks. The spokesman said under the current circumstances, there could not possibly be any talks between China and the United States. China hit back quick and hard at the proposed US measures, plunging the US stock markets. Gao said, "Even though we are not the ones to stir up trouble, we will resolutely strike back if trouble is brought to our doorstep. Chinese people always act earnestly and deliver what we promise." But what motivation could America have for making repeated claims of communication with China? Analysts have it that the US administration needs to stabilize the stock market. Shares rebounded on Wall Street every time the US officials talked of negotiations. So, will there be real negotiation between the two countries? Let's wait and see.